Hey all, I want to give an update on my situation, so I'm making a video about it. To give you all a heads up, I am going inactive for a couple months. To preface this, I like to keep my personal and online affairs separate, and that's why I do tend to big post even within the PvP community over in the Discord. But for this update, I have to share some info on what I'm doing, why I have to go inactive for a few months. I'm currently doing a PhD in physics. I started around last year, so this is my second year now. And if you follow me on Blue Sky, I recently attended a scientific conference, so neat. But a conference does not make a dissertation, and at the end of the day, I need to make a dissertation and have it defended in order to get my PhD, and I've been somewhat lagging behind in progress during the first year. Scientific research isn't easy, so I hope you can understand that since I have been somewhat struggling, I need to play catch up in order to make sure that I at least graduate on time. I am fortunate enough to not have to work in order to afford graduate studies. This privilege is largely due to the scholarships I've had from the past, allowing me to have some kind of safety net, but I do need a source of income at the end of the day. I don't earn anything from YouTube since the channel is not eligible to earn money from ads. I'm not running membership since I can't promise that I can provide quality content in a timely manner. And so most of my income is through the handful of coffee donations that made it through my way. So if you're one of those people, thank you very much. And to be fair, I'm not aggressively marketing it, but still, the nice thing about having an employer is that you know where you're going to get money for food and rent. And so, I guess that's a big reveal. I now have full-time work, and that's teaching at university. The problem is, I have been assigned early morning classes, which, as a night owl who regularly sleeps at 2 a.m. to hang out with online friends, is not good. So I've been slowly adjusting my sleep, but yeah, it's been rough. If you're not familiar with how academia usually operates financially, you get paid to do teaching work, but you're really here at the university to do research. My teaching workload is less than 40 hours per week, especially since I'm also still studying, but having to do graduate classes, scientific research, and preparing for classes off hours and other administrative work makes it feel like 60 hours per week. And as I've previously mentioned, I need to catch up on my research. So I have to get my priorities straight at least for a while, as YouTube for me is just a hobby at the moment. Plus, I need time to adjust to my new schedule. I have to get used to suddenly having work obligations now. So, let's talk about my future plans, at least for the coming months or maybe even the coming year. For the PvP community, if you're part of the Discord, I'm still gonna be around. I'm just not gonna be as active as I used to. I might still show up in tournaments or join fight night or assist in training other people who might be interested in that, but I can't promise being able to accomplish any administrative work for the server. For the YouTube channel, my PvP backlog has run out, and I also have limited time to record now due to my new schedule. There's just not enough opportunity for me to engage in online activities that require me to be Larry-side, and I'd rather have the privacy since I don't want any of my colleagues to know that I'm doing this as an aside, which does mean that the rest of my content will also have to suffer as a result of this new change in my schedule. I do have some plans though, don't worry about that. For the main channel, I am planning to release a series of video essays explaining the reasoning behind the new PvP rule set. So, if you're on the Discord, you would know that we've shifted to a brand new format, which has since been adapted and expanded upon by the community. But I want to talk about the reasoning behind the initial proposal that I sent that eventually got adapted. I still have a couple of backlog ideas for the main channel, namely doing challenge runs. I have some plans in place, but I haven't committed to them yet, so I can't make any promises regarding that. I've also wanted to make a collection of niche facts about cassette beasts, but it's likely going to be more in line with the Morgante song video I made some time ago. For the second channel, I'm planning on finally uploading my recordings from the Momentous tournament. It's one of the smaller tournaments out there, so I won't be making a main channel video dedicated to it, but I'm planning on discussing this alongside with the video essay series I'm doing as sort of a post-mortem for the new format. On the second channel, I'm also planning on maybe discussing what we know about Cassette Beast 2002 so far. If you've been paying attention to Bitten Studios' social media, they've been posting a lot of information like new monster reveals, a new UI, and I want to spend some time to talk about them. As for my other projects, I guess the main one would be modding, and I'm going to be mainly focusing on the Kaizo mod. Yes, it's still being worked on. In fact, I just finished working on the rotating puzzle in Autumn Hill. As for plans for that mod, I'm still working on the Morningstar split, which is going to be a very long section since it's going to cover Captain Judas, Captain Dreadful, Captain Zed, and finally Morningstar. It's going to be a while before I can get to the stage where I can do some testing. I also have a couple of miscellaneous backlog projects, but unfortunately, I think they're going to be delayed even further. I'm sorry, but I think this is the only way I can reasonably handle my real life priorities while also keeping up with what I do online. I think that covers everything I want to talk about so far. My next main channel video, which is a video essay, is currently being worked on. I don't have a timeline on when I'll be able to finish that, but I just ask that you please be patient because I am trying my best, but I need to shift my priorities. So, yeah, I hope you understand. That is all. I have no outro.